If you're even thinking about buying a GMC right now, I need you to stop what you're doing and listen. Because what's about to happen in the next few months could completely change everything you thought you knew about this brand. And the craziest part? Almost nobody is talking about it. GMC just made an announcement that is sending shockwaves through the entire automotive industry. We're talking about a complete transformation of how they operate. New models, groundbreaking technology, and new pricing strategies that could save you thousands. If you've been waiting to pull the trigger on a new truck or SUV, what I'm about to tell you is going to make you either really, really happy you waited or really frustrated that you didn't. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what's coming, when it's coming, and whether you should buy a GMC now or hold off. Let's get into it. So here's the situation. For a while now, GMC has been struggling. And I'm not talking about a minor dip in sales. I'm talking about a real identity crisis that's been building for years. Just look at the numbers. In 2023, GMC's market share dropped by almost 12% compared to the previous year. That is massive in the car world. And it's not because people suddenly stopped wanting trucks and SUVs. Americans love trucks. We buy more pickup trucks than any other type of vehicle. So what went wrong? The problem is competition, and it's coming from all sides. Ford has the F-150 Lightning. Ram has been absolutely crushing it with their 1500 series. Even Chevy, which is literally GMC's sister brand under General Motors, has been outselling them in almost every single category. And that's not even mentioning the new players. Rivian came out of nowhere with electric trucks that look like they're from the future. The Tesla Cybertruck, whether you love it or hate it, racked up over 2 million reservations. Even traditional brands like Toyota are eating into GMC's lunch with the Tundra and Tacoma. But here's where it gets really interesting. GMC realized something crucial. They looked at all this competition and said, you know what? We've been doing this all wrong. They had been trying to be everything to everyone. They offered trucks that were kind of luxurious, but not as luxurious as a true luxury brand. They had capability, but not always as much as their key competitors. They had technology, but it often felt a year or two behind everyone else. GMC was stuck in the middle. Not the cheapest option, not the most premium, not the most innovative. Just kind of there. And customers were feeling it. Go read the online forums. Look at what people are saying about GMC. You'll see the same comments over and over again. Things like, I love my Sierra, but I really wish it had this one feature that the Ford has. Or, the Yukon is nice, but for that price, I could get a Cadillac Escalade with way more features. GMC was losing its identity. They needed to do something drastic. On top of all that, there's the whole electric vehicle tidal wave. Every automaker is going electric. It's not a question of if anymore. It's a question of when and how. The government is pushing for it. California has already announced they're banning new gas car sales by 2035, and other states are following suit. Europe is even more aggressive. China is way ahead of the US on electric vehicles. GMC looked at this landscape and realized they were falling behind. Sure, they had announced the Hummer EV, which is an amazing machine, but it's a high-end vehicle that most people simply can't afford. That's not a mass-market solution. It's a halo car. It gets attention, but it doesn't pay the bills. So, GMC was facing this perfect storm. Losing market share, no clear identity, falling behind on EV tech, and loyal customers who were starting to look at other options. Dealers were frustrated because they couldn't get the inventory they needed. And the parent company, General Motors, was looking at the numbers and asking some very tough questions about whether GMC even needed to exist as its own separate brand. Honestly, a lot of people in the industry thought GMC might not make it. There were rumors that GM might just fold GMC into Chevy or kill the brand entirely. It really seemed like GMC was on life support. But then, something changed. About 18 months ago, GMC's leadership team held a series of critical meetings, and according to inside sources, these weren't your typical corporate get-togethers. These were brutal, honest conversations about what GMC actually stood for. They brought in designers, engineers, marketing folks, and even some dealers. And they asked one simple, powerful question. If GMC didn't exist tomorrow, would anyone actually care? And if so, why? What they discovered was fascinating. When they talked to actual GMC owners, they found a deep well of loyalty. But it wasn't just about the trucks themselves. It was about what the trucks represented. GMC owners see themselves as people who work hard, people who value capability and toughness, but also want something that looks good and feels premium. They're not the flashy luxury crowd, and they're not the bargain hunters. They're the people who want the best tool for the job and are willing to pay for real quality. That was the big insight. GMC needed to own that space. Professional grade. That's actually been their slogan for years, but they realized they hadn't truly been living up to it. So, they went back to the drawing board, and what they came up with is what they're calling the GMC Relaunch Initiative. This isn't just about a few new models. This is a complete rethinking of what GMC is and who it serves. Let me break down exactly what they're doing, because it's actually pretty brilliant. First, they're simplifying the lineup. Right now, GMC sells a ton of different vehicles and trim levels, and it can be really confusing. You've got the Sierra HD, the Sierra Denali, the Sierra AT4, the Sierra AT4X. It's just too much. So they're streamlining everything into 3 clear tiers. You'll have the base Sierra for people who need a solid work truck. You'll have the AT4 lineup for those who want serious off-road capability. And you'll have the Denali lineup for people who want true luxury. That's it. 3 clear choices. No more confusion. Second, and this is huge, they are investing heavily in electric powertrains. But here's where they're being incredibly smart about it. They are not abandoning gas engines. Instead, they're offering both. Every single model in the new lineup will be available with either a traditional gas engine, a hybrid system, or a fully electric powertrain. You get to choose what works for you. If you live in a rural area and need the range of a gas truck, you got it. If you want the insane torque and efficiency of electric, you got it. If you want the best of both worlds with a hybrid, you've got that too. This is exactly what customers have been asking for. Options. Third, they are completely redesigning their technology systems from the ground up. Let's be honest, the infotainment system in current GMC vehicles is not great. It can be slow, the interface is clunky, and it doesn't always integrate well with our phones. The new system they're rolling out is built on an entirely new platform. It's faster, the screen is bigger and clearer, and it will finally work seamlessly with both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. They're also adding features like over-the-air updates, which means your truck will actually get better over time with new software, instead of becoming outdated the moment you drive it off the lot. And fourth, and this is something people are really excited about, they are dramatically improving the build quality and interior materials. One of the biggest complaints about GMC has been that for the price, the interiors can feel a bit cheap. Lots of hard plastics, buttons that feel flimsy, and materials that scratch easily. The new models are using much higher quality materials. Think soft touch surfaces, real metal trim, and designs that feel both rugged and refined. This is a game changer. So, what does all of this mean for you, the person who might be thinking about buying a GMC? It means you have a big decision to make. If you buy a GMC today, you're getting a truck that is, frankly, the last of its kind. It's the old GMC, it's a proven platform, and you might get a great deal as dealers try to clear out their current inventory. But in just a few months, the first of these new models will start arriving at dealerships, and they're going to be a massive leap forward in every single way. The decision is yours. Buy now and potentially get a discount on a capable but dated truck? Or wait a little longer for a vehicle that promises to be more powerful, more efficient, more luxurious, and packed with better technology? This is a massive turning point for GMC, and it's going to be fascinating to watch it unfold. I'm incredibly excited to see these new trucks in person and put them to the test. What do you think about this new strategy? Are you going to wait, or are you going to buy now? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our future updates on GMC's incredible relaunch. We'll see you in the next one.